What's going on, YouTube? So it is a few days after Christmas today, right before New Year's. It's been getting cold outside, or it has been cold outside, so the fishing's been a little bit rough, combined with the fact that it's the holidays. I haven't been able to spend a lot of time outdoors. I just wanted to share something today with you. I decided to go out and purchase a new setup, a whole different technique of fishing that I've never done before. So right in front of me, I went out this past week and a half, and I bought this. It's a swim bait rod. So I decided to go with a Okuma 711. It's a 711 heavy. It's the Guide Select series, rated for 1 to 6 ounces. I figured that would be the perfect starting point for me. I've seen videos of guys on YouTube throwing big Roman-made mothers and, I don't know, $400 swim baits that 8 to 10 ounces, and I feel like I can just start with something a little bit smaller for right now. So yeah, this is an Okuma Guide Select rod. It's a 711 heavy, and I paired it with an Abu Garcia Ambassador 5600 reel. Reason I got a really good deal on this reel. I was also looking at some the Shimano Cardiff. That's another good reel that I read pretty good reviews on, but decided to go with this one because I just felt like I couldn't pass up on the price point. So realistically, I know I've been watching a lot of videos. I know it's a grind, and it's something that you just have to keep practicing when you're swim bait fishing. But I also got my kayak all set up the way I want, got a fish finder put on there, and planning on going next weekend to Canyon Lake and try to go after some of those bigger fish. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this a quick video. I'm going to go through some of the baits and just show you kind of at least the kind of bait fish that the bass go after in Arizona, and go from there. Alright, so I got my tackle box right here. I'm just going to go through a couple of the baits that I purchased. Watch a lot of YouTube videos on swim bait fishing, and it seems to me that these are some good starter baits that you can start throwing and getting used to swim bait fishing. So go ahead and go into it. So the first bait I bought was a Huddleston 68. So it's a 6-inch Huddleston, but it's got the tail off an 8-inch. I've been throwing this around a lot more than any of the other baits. It's got really good action. I actually got a couple followers the last time I was out, and it's a soft jig hook bait, and yeah, hopefully I can catch something on that. The second bait I purchased was a Magdraft. So it's a 6-inch Megabass Magdraft. I thought this was a cool, kind of a shad pattern. It's a little bit lighter, so I could probably actually even throw this on my medium heavy setup that I have. What's next? This is an S-Waver 168. So it's a 168 size. River to Sea makes it. It's a pretty good price point. You can pick one of these up for like 14 bucks. You can find them on eBay, Amazon, Tackle Warehouse, any of those sites. I got it in the Lite trout pattern because right now they are stocking trout even in our urban lakes. So the bass definitely, I feel like they're keying in on this pattern. Let's see what we got next. So I decided to go with one of these. This is a BD Shad, 6-inch Shad swim bait. Probably won't be throwing it a whole lot until spring. Because I feel like the shad have kind of start dying off a little bit, and the bass are going after crawfish and trout and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is about 2.5 ounces. I picked it up for 25 bucks at Bass Pro. And next one, this is probably one of the coolest looking baits I've ever seen. I know there's a lot of swim baits out there that I haven't even taken a look at, and I'm sure this is obviously on the lower end, but this is a Jackall Gantarel. I picked it up I don't remember what, they have a few different bluegill patterns, but I feel like when spawn comes around, pre-spawn, that time, bass hate bluegill when they're going through their beds. So I feel like this kind of gliding through and going on top of bass beds might be a good option when I'm throwing this around. Hopefully it'll get bit in the springtime. And last but not least, I purchased one of these. It's a Spro Rat. Kind of wished I went with the bigger size. I believe this is a 40 size. They make a 50, which is a little bit longer. It's about that long. it's a wake bait, so it does make a wake, and it's got really good action. The tail goes back and forth. It literally looks like a rat or a mouse swimming through the water. So yeah, those are the 6 baits that I purchased for right now. I'm gonna learn them before I start going out and spending a lot of money on like depths 250 or depths 175 or baits like that, which I would probably need a bigger rod anyways for. But hopefully I get some results on these, and hopefully this video helps you out. I'm gonna go ahead and, because I have all the links for these, I'm just gonna put them in the description below. Like I said, these are all reasonable baits. I don't think I spent over $25 on even one of them, so they're very reasonable for swim baits and getting into swim bait fishing. So that's probably about it today. Hopefully the next time you see me throwing one of these, I'll have a big bass on the end of the line.